Hello, mates, and welcome to Twisted Chamber. I'm Natasha.
I'm Kat.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh, it's the best time of the year.
It is, which is why we have dressed up, haven't we?
We have dressed up. We have dressed up. We have it.
Yes, I'm Pennywise.
Yeah,
today. But I have to say, everyone, this is all charity shop ready. Okay, I have hot glue gun. All of this.
It's a crafting day.
You know, crafty.
Do it yourself.
DIY your Halloween costume.
Always. I never had. First off, I was never the sexy zombie cheerleader or the sexy nurse that's got a cut on her cheek. I was always something hideous. Yeah. It was always homemade.
Yeah. See, I've never ever been allowed to be as gruesome as your face today.
Okay.
If anyone hasn't seen Natasha's face so far, you can go to YouTube and have a look at our faces.
Go see what we look like.
You are pretty good at it though.
I did love doing this when I did my training.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. Yeah. And it's homage to my story today.
Oh, and what is that?
Axe.
Oh, so you got axed in the face.
Yeah, I did. I did. As a tribute. And it's all to, although I keep thinking I'm getting stuck with my long, luscious hair, but
I know you do. Yeah. We both have wigs on. Yeah. It's been at least 12 years for me since I've worn a wig. So this is feeling super itchy.
You have to
feeling itchy.
Yeah, because we've made the effort. We've got wigs on. I've got like latex. We've got like glue gun stuff. You really need to go over to YouTube and have a look at us on YouTube just to see what we look like, because this took a while.
Hey, Georgie.
No.
Hey,
no
balloons?
No balloons.
Come
no balloons.
on.
No balloons.
Let's play. I'm a spider on the inside.
Ooh, two of my worst things: clowns and then spiders. No way.
Yeah, all the legs. It's that crawling again. That.
All we need is that sound.
That was some sound effects for you guys.
There we go. Well. We come with them homemade. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it freaks me out.
It does. Yeah.
Freaks me out. But
yes.
Dot, the chamber dog, is also dressed up as Georgie. She is, and it's so cute. We're twinsies. We're twinsies on this Halloween day.
Costume, yes.
And if you guys go to our Instagram page, we're gonna upload some pictures. Yeah. We had some fun, didn't we?
We did. We did a little photo shoot. And it's fun.
Yeah.
Outside, in nature.
In nature. Always in nature.
That's right. We like a bit of nature.
Oh, I love a bit of nature. It's good times.
It is good times. So I have a little Halloween blessing.
Oh, okay.
So I thought we would start this episode before I get into my story with a little Halloween blessing.
Well, let's bless this shit, shall we?
Let's bless it. Okay. May the turning of the year bring you strength and joy. Call upon the past and celebrate as the veil thins between the worlds. Honor yourself, Mother Earth, and all your relations. We welcome the dark half of the year, saying goodbye to the light and the coming of winter solstice.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It's very cool.
I love that. It's cool. Happy Halloween.
Happy sound.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, how you pronounce it. Well,
so is it
you can
sound. I'm not very good at accents. I'm not very good at accents.
It is okay. It's Happy Halloween, but some people think it's
Hey, we all have a little word thing.
Yeah, we do. Some people think it's Samhain, how it's spelled, but it's actually Sal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
very
that's
nice.
how you pronounce it. So yeah.
Well, thank you for that blessing, Natasha.
I like to needs blessing with the story I'm about to tell.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm excited to get into that Halloween spirit of, ooh, I feel scared.
Yes.
I miss that. But in preparation, everyone, if you are watching on YouTube, these are little skull wine glasses.
They are, with a deadly cocktail.
Very deadly, because we will be drinking the entire way through this part 1 and this part 2. If you hear a little bit of us drinking, I do apologize. I do apologize.
I really hope that you don't. I pray that you don't. Yes, I do.
I pray that you don't. But this is delicious. It is delicious.
There we go.
Well, buddy, right I think I'm super ready to be scared.
Okay. I hope it's, well, it's just really horrible. Okay, Axe Murder House is the name of my story.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Dear.
Villisca is a city in Montgomery County, Iowa. It has a population of around 1,132, which was recorded in the 2020 census. Villisca is also known for the Axe Murder House. On June the 9th, 1912, the Moore family, Josiah, and his wife Sarah were getting ready to attend the local Presbyterian Church Children's Day pageant, along with their 4 children, Herman Montgomery, 11, Mary Catherine, 10, Arthur Boyd, 7, and Paul Vernon, 5. Josiah Moore was one of Villisca's most prominent businessmen. He married Sarah Montgomery on December 6, 1899, at the home of her parents. Joe and his wife had been members of the Villisca community for 13 years. The Children's Day Presbyterian pageant was a yearly event, and one that Sarah took great pleasure in organising, and all 4 of her children, plus 2 of Mary Catherine's friends, were also taking part.
Okay, so they're all kind of helping each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all.
And this is a while ago.
This is a while ago. Yeah,
Okay.
This is a long time ago. Oh yes. Josiah, the father, sat in the audience and watched his wife and children perform the show. The show ended at roughly around 9:30 p.m. and the Moore family, including Lena and Ina Stillinger, walked home with them. Lena and Ina asked their parents.
Which ones are Lena and Ina?
These are the friends of Catherine Moore's.
Got you.
Yeah, these are the 2 girls.
So the friends are like, hey, we'll walk you home.
Well, no, they're all walking home. It's too dark, so they want to stay over at the Moore family home.
Oh my gosh.
So they call their parents to ask if they can stay over. The town is in an argument with the local power board, so there's blackouts happening throughout the night where all the electricity goes off.
Okay, so you can't see anything other than the moonlight and the
Exactly.
stars if they're out.
Yeah, so these 2 girls didn't want to walk home on their own, so they wanted to go to their friend's house and have a sleepover.
Okay.
Lena is 12 and Ina is 8. They arrived home at roughly 9:45 at 10 p.m. that evening. The following morning, the Moore's neighbour, Mary Peckham, was outside and noticed that Sarah Moore had not been outside and the morning chores hadn't been done. She also noticed that the house was unusually still. Then roughly between 7 and 8 a.m, after still not hearing anything from the Moore house, Mary knocked on the door, and then again with no response, she tried the door handle. It was locked, which was unusual because they live in a very small town and people didn't lock their front doors then. You left them open.
Yeah, back in the day, I know loads of people, even my grandma wouldn't really lock the door, back in the day, because you would feel safe in your community. People knew each other. There was that safety factor there. I've never felt that, but yeah.
No. I think when I was younger, because I lived down a cul-de-sac, we used to have the same kind of energy, but as things change, you don't do that anymore.
No,
you don't do that anymore. So Mary, having no answer, went and let the chickens out, and then she went to call Joe's brother, Ross. After asking a few questions as to where Joe's whereabouts was, Ross come over to the house. Mary was waiting for him, and when Ross arrived, he tried to look in all the windows, but the curtains were all drawn. He yelled through the letterbox, where are you, that kind of thing. No answer, so he used his spare key, and he opened the door and entered the house, and what met Ross downstairs in the downstairs bedrooms was 2 bodies on the bed, covered in a sheet with a dark red stain on it. He ran out of the house and told Mary to ring the local sheriff. Now this was the start of one of the worst and most mismanaged murder investigations to date.
Oh dear, what did the police do wrong this time?
Oh, they did everything wrong. When the Marshal, Hank Horton, showed up shortly afterwards, he entered the house and discovered that all 6 members of the Moore family and the 2 Stillinger sisters had been murdered in cold blood with an axe.
Okay, so this guy went on rampage
Went
with
on a
everybody
rampage.
in the house.
Everybody's dead.
Okay.
Everybody's dead. Once the murder was discovered, news traveled fast in the small town, and it wasn't long before neighbors and curious town people ascended on the house. The police quickly lost control as people entered the house, looking at the bodies and even picking up the murder weapon. It wasn't until the local police force showed up that the crime scene was secured.
That's so frustrating though, isn't it? You know, why are you going into a place where multiple people have been like savagely murdered and go, hey, I'm gonna pick up this axe because, oh, I don't know, I'm a retard.
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know whether they thought that they could, if they saw it, they could help be part of it. Back then, they didn't have a lot of killer things going on, so it was a shock if it happened.
I know, but still, the stupidity is ridiculous.
It is, yeah, it is. The police spoke to Mary Peckham and those who saw the Moore family at the Church Day pageant, and they came to the conclusion that between midnight and 5 a.m. somebody entered the house and brutally murdered everyone in the house, which later the doctors confirmed that they died sometime after midnight. The scene of the crime was horrific. All the windows and curtain, all the windows that had curtains had been drawn, and the ones without curtains were covered with clothes belonging to the Moore family. The killer also covered all the mirrors.
He covered them what, with their clothes?
Their clothes, whatever he could find. He covered all the mirrors,
So he didn't want to even look in the mirror at himself?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
It's so scary. Yeah.
Who are you, sir?
Yes, back away. Each victim was covered with a bedsheet, which was placed over them after they had been killed. Lamps set on dim were placed at the foot of Joe and Sarah Moore's bed, also the Sillinger sisters' bed. The killer wanted to see what he was doing, but he didn't want to cause alarm with lights being on so late at night. An axe belonging to Joe was found in the Sillinger bedroom, partly clean. The eldest Sillinger sister had been moved. Her body had been dragged to the edge of the bed, and as she was dragged, her nightshirt lifted up. Her panties had been removed, and she'd been posed in a sexual position.
Asshole.
There was no sign that she'd been sexually abused, but there was a bloody handprint on the inside of her thigh, and semen was found on the floor, along with a slab of bacon wrapped in cloth.
I'm sorry. Did you just say a slab of bacon? Was it cooked or uncooked?
It was uncooked bacon.
Oh, uncooked.
Yeah.
Streaky bacon or English style?
A slab, like a 2-pound slab of bacon. Yeah. Like a 2-pound.
What, did he go shopping before
he bought himself because he had a cooler with 2 of the slabs. Well, they said they found them in the cooler. Whether he'd gone to the freezer and got the bacon out and got the cooler and brought it up. So, I don't know. This guy's
I'm sorry.
nuts.
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah,
He's
a slab
nuts.
of bacon on the side as you do.
It is believed that the killer sat down on a chair and just looked at her while masturbating using the slab of bacon.
Oh dear.
Yes.
That person should probably get some psychological help.
I think so.
Especially with the slab of bacon on the side. You know, you can't have a wank without your bacon.
Without your bacon. And he had 2 slabs. So I don't know what the second slab.
What was the second one for?
I don't know. The second slab wasn't used.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't used. It was believed that the killer used the back of the axe to kill them, all except Sarah Moore. On her, he used the sharp edge of the axe. In the house now, you can still see the marks where he swung the axe each time. So every time he plunged in and swung it back, it hit the wall. And he plunged it in again, so the marks are still on the wall. And in the children's bedroom, there's loads of marks on the ceiling. And they believe that when he was done killing, he'd done like a victory swing of the axe in the bedroom because it's marks the top of the ceiling.
What?
Yeah.
But there's just like marks of him like swinging it around in a circle.
Yeah, where he was obviously like I don't know, like, woo, like, I don't know, like a celebratory swing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they believe that that's what, because it's like in a circular pattern in the house. You can still see it.
That's
it's still
insane.
there. So insane.
That's insane to walk in there as a police officer as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
To go, oh my gosh, what just happened here?
Yeah.
And you're seeing dead bodies and you're seeing blood and you're seeing all that. That's just, that's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing, completely. After the killer killed the entire family and the Sillinger sisters, he went round again, hitting them 20 to 30 times each, crushing their skulls until they were unrecognizable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why so angry?
Yes, very angry.
Why so angry?
And like vicious.
Yeah, that's on another level of psychopath.
Like, vicious vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like unworldly vicious though, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense for you to go into a house and do all those things that you're doing and have victory swings with the axe.
Yeah.
You don't do that without being of sound mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's obviously, out of the whole household, Lena was the only one to believe had fought back because she had defensive wounds on her. Also, a shoe found upstairs in Joe and Sarah's room had been kicked over and blood had been spilt on the floor. They think that as Joe was being killed, it was filling up with blood. And that when he came round a second time, he kicked it over and spilled the blood. Downstairs on the kitchen table was a bowl of bloody water and a plate of uneaten food. Almost as if the killer had done, when the killer was done, he washed his hands and sat down to eat. Maybe something stopped him. All of the doors and windows were locked and they found 2 cigarette butts in the attic. So maybe he didn't break in. Maybe he was already in the house waiting for them to come home.
Oh my gosh, people living in the house, man. I cannot cope. I can't cope. Ever since that last episode.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Daniel LeBlanc.
The fact that there's more evidence supporting that people do that. People go into your house and they live in your attic. Bro, no. No.
Not today.
No, not today, Satan.
Not today, no. So who killed the Moore family and the 2 Sillinger sisters? For the small town of Villisca, speculation was almost too much for the townspeople, and they began to distinguish and identify themselves by who they believed committed the crime. Friends argued and the town was divided. Among the suspects was Frank Jones. Frank was the town's local businessman, a state senator. He was a member of the Villisca Methodist Church. Josiah had worked for Frank for some time and he was very good at his job and soon became one of the best workers. But the job became hard and they wanted him to do 6 days a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So Joe left. He set up on his own and became Frank's rival in business. Along with being a business rival, it was said that Joe was having an affair with Frank's daughter-in-law, Donna Jones, the town's beauty.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Ring, ring, ring.
Oh, God.
There we go.
A little love interest, shall we say.
For a little love interest.
Yeah.
The affair was well known in the town due to them arranging to meet each other over the phone. Now, back then, when you rang up, you have to ring the operator. So you would
Oh yeah, that's
ring
right.
the operator, and then they would have to put you through. But of course, whoever's put you through can listen to your telephone calls. So somebody was obviously listening in and, you know, being a bit of a town's gossip.
What, doing what they do now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's listening.
Everyone's listening. Everyone's listening. By 1912, the relationship between Joe and Frank became so bad that they would walk across the street to avoid passing each other. These men were angry at each other.
Okay.
Yeah. After the murders, Frank was subject to a grand jury investigation. The town quickly split apart, forming a religious divide. Frank's Methodist church insisting on his innocence, and the Moore's family Presbyterian church convinced of his guilt. The prolonged campaign to prove his guilt destroyed his political career. He was proven not guilty real quick, Many people in the town believed that he used his influence to have the case against him squished. They also thought that Frank could have hired somebody to do it. He had enough money. He was a rich guy, so he could have hired a hitman to do it. A detective found a guy named William Mansfield who he thought he had hired to do it, but William had a good alibi, and after being questioned, he was let go.
Okay, so they're not finding a lot of suspects here.
No. Another subject was Reverend Lynn Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly was a known sexual deviant with a record of mental health problems.
Great combination.
Great.
Right?
Lovely man.
You know?
Yeah. And he's a reverend.
Oh, of course he is. Spreading that truth of the Lord Jesus Christ with his fists.
Dot knows the truth. Dot knows.
Dot knows the truth. That's right.
Kelly once lived in South Dakota, and there he'd placed. Okay, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
So where was I?
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Kelly was obsessed with sex. He had been caught a few times peeping through windows in the Villisca.
So he's a pervert on top of that.
So he likes to
look
through windows. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, absolutely terrible. Kelly was at the Presbyterian Church Day pageant the night of the murders. He is 5'2" and weighs about 119 pounds. He's also left-handed, just like the killer. The killer they measured the axe swings, and it shows that he was left-handed. But his build was too small to have that much power over the axe. But Kelly had gotten on a train around 5 a.m. the morning of the murders, and according to a couple who were sat with him on the train, they said that he told them that a gruesome murder has just happened in that town.
And who is he to them?
So to
the family.
To the family. He's the reverend of a Presbyterian church.
Did they go to that church?
Yeah, they were members of that church.
Oh,
this was why they were at the Charles Day pageant when she was organizing it. That was her doing it for the church. They're very involved. No. So he's a reverend, and obviously I'm guessing they go around to different churches and do what they have to do. So that's why. And also later on that day, when he did return home, he was seen carrying a bloody t-shirt closed to the laundrette the same day. Kelly also returned to Villisca and took great interest in the murders. He pretended to be a detective so he could obtain a tour of the house. He was later arrested, and he was interrogated and later signed a confession. I killed the children upstairs first and the children downstairs last. I knew God wanted me to do it that way. Slay utterly comes to mind. So I picked up an axe and went straight into the house. He later withdrew his statement, saying that it was police brutality that caused him to lie. The couple on the train also changed their story. So with little to nothing to convict him, the first jury was hung 11-1 in favour of refusing to indict him, and the second jury freed him.
This is insane though, dude. How could you free someone after they were like, yeah, God told me to get an axe and walk through someone's house in a vicious and like kind of a, like you say, like a celebratory way with an axe, murdering women and children. No, dude, you gotta sit down. You need to sit down.
Yes,
that's too much.
The most convincing and strongest evidence to show that both Jones and Kelly's innocence was a chain of bizarre axe murders from 1898 to 1912. These crimes occurred in Nova
Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Yes,
that's it.
That's in Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
No, I don't know. It's in America.
Well, this is what I mean. In Alaska. Google, hold please.
Oh, okay. Nova Scotia.
Hey, Sarah. Where is Nova Scotia?
There we go. See what they have to say. Don't think.
Canada.
Oh, okay.
Is in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I'm horrible at my geography, everyone. I do apologize. This is why we have Google.
This is it. This is it. No, yep. Oregon, Kansas, Florida, Arkansas, along with other locations. Paul Mueller, it is said to have killed 40 to 100 people using an axe.
Oh,
yeah.
He's been busy with that thing.
He's been very busy. He was subject to an unsuccessful year-long manhunt.
You couldn't find the man for over a year.
Nope, they used dogs, they used all sorts of stuff. They could not find him. He is the sole suspect in a murder at a family house near West Brookfield, where he was employed as a farm worker.
Oh my gosh, he also got a job.
He got a job.
He got a job.
He did get a job.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he had a job.
How do they switch it?
I don't know. They're just polite, and then I just think they're just mean, and they just bide their time until they're ready.
Insane.
Yeah. Mueller was 35 years old and reportedly claimed to be a German military veteran. He was known as a skilled carpenter and spoke very little English. There were a number of similarities to the crime scenes and that of the Moore family and the crime scene of the house where he was working. The house was to be close to a railway junction. The slaughter of an entire family in a town with little or no police. The family having a barn or someplace for the killer to hide in. No dogs. And the killer always using the blunt side of the axe. And mostly young girls were moved into sexual positions. Just like the Moore family, a neighbor entered the house where Mueller was working to find the entire family axed to death, and Mueller nowhere to be found. It is claimed that Mueller committed 14 family murders.
14. Wow.
Totaling at 59 victims. He could have also been involved in another 25 family murders, totaling in 94 victims.
Wow.
If this is correct, this will place Mueller in the same level as killer Samuel Little, a serial killer convicted of 60 murders but claims 93.
That's right, Samuel Little.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Where was he from?
I don't know.
Oh well, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, that could be an episode. Mueller would have used the trains to get around, sneaking in and out of the towns, leaving the crime scenes quickly. It was widely known that a single traveling killer was on the loose, but the term serial killer was never used at that time. It's too early.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess that name has not really been invented yet.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. To this day, the Moore's murders have never been officially solved.
Oh, okay. So there's been no DNA, nothing was found.
No, but they don't have they didn't have that technology.
And they didn't save anything from that far?
Probably not. The 1800s? No.
Yeah, well, they still have Jack Ripper's stuff.
Well,
they got DNA from Jack the Ripper, didn't they?
Okay, I'm guessing this was tiny town.
Something.
Tiny town. It's still not been solved. There's lots of authors out there that have, like those criminal investigative authors out there that have done books who think they know who the killer was and things like that, but it's never officially been solved. And also, you have all those people traipsing through the crime scene. Anything in there is contaminated.
That's true.
Touching the weapons, footprints, fingerprints, even if they had it, they wouldn't be able to use it because it could be anybody's.
And it's just how stupid. I know that they weren't educated enough to know, but it is upsetting because I feel like people like this could be, saved.
Yes.
It's awful.
Yes. Yeah.
So, oh man.
Yeah, exactly that. Yes. The Axe Murder House is one of the most haunted locations in the USA.
Well, I'm not gonna doubt that that's gonna be haunted.
No, sorry, I'm gonna get rid of this because it's disturbing me. It's still going.
She's touching her computer at this point in time.
There we go. I just like to know that it's on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Many teams of investigators have felt its evil presence, and even the owner of the house has experienced its hauntings. From hearing doors opening and closing, hearing footsteps walking around the house, temperature drops. Many overnight teams have not been able to make it past 11 p.m. One of the times an investigator in the house with his team goes to use the bathroom. He knocks on the door and somebody yells out, "Yeah." So he steps back and he waits a minute. He goes outside and realizes that everybody from his team is outside. Goes back in, he opens the bathroom door and there's nobody in there.
Oh my
Gone. Yeah,
insane.
Insane. There's been dark figures seen in doorways and hallways. Another time the owner was doing some work upstairs and he heard somebody coming downstairs and heard them coming up the stairs. So he thought, fine, if you're going to break in, I'm going to scare you. So he hid in one of the wardrobes. And as he heard the footsteps coming to the bedroom, he opened the door and there was nobody there.
Oh my gosh. Honestly. If you heard someone coming up the stairs and you're like, oh man, I have to protect myself, you know, you get a bat or you get whatever you can.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna scare the guy and I'm gonna be the first to go at him. You jump out, there's nobody there.
There's nobody there. Not a single one. Yeah.
That would trip you out.
Yeah, I would definitely leave.
Yeah, that'd be me gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Like I said, my motto, run.
Run. People have received scratches on their bodies during the day. So a lot of ghost hunts happen at night for some reason. I think, I don't know, add spooky value, whatever. But they also do day ones. And during the day, people have come out and they've had scratches all down their backs, red marks. Yeah, from being in the house.
Physical touches, that's another, like.
Yeah, don't touch me.
Oh, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
No, thank you.
No. There's a cat named Church that can't seem to leave the house alone.
Little Church.
From Pet Cemetery.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
You've not seen Pet Cemetery?
Look, I've seen bits and pieces of Pet Cemetery.
Okay. Church don't stay cute.
Yeah, but come on. It's a cute little name, isn't it? For a cat.
You need to sit down and watch Pet Cemetery. You will never ever say that that cat is cute ever again. One guy has a stab wound in his leg. While investigating in the downstairs bedroom, he blanked out and woke up with a stab wound in his leg and didn't know where he got it from.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That ghost is carrying weapons.
Yeah. It's well, influence maybe. The evilness in there. People have said they felt an evil presence in there and stuff like that.
Oh my god, but to be stabbed?
Yes.
Physically stabbed?
Physically stabbed.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, this is it.
I'll not be going to this place. Hey,
No.
Buddy, you got to take a drink.
I know. I'm going to finish. I've literally got the last bit of my
this
story,
is a
and we are going to finish it. I have a few lines. I'm going to enjoy my drink while you tell me your story. So, who do you think murdered the Moore family and the Sillinger sisters? Was it Frank Moore, the Mad Senate? Was it Reverend Kelly, the sexual deviant? Or was it Paul Muller? See, this is why I'm not drinking.
Okay.
Paul Muller, and maybe serial killer. Shall we go ghost hunting to find out?
No. No, we will not. I will not be going to that place. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Too scary for me.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
But that is a serial killer story for sure. But one that is completely unsolved.
And they found, like, it wasn't just every single family. So those 14 definite families that they thought that he did kill, the same MO, blunt side of the axe, entire family was killed. Like, he was either in the house or he'd broken into the house, covered all the mirrors, all of the windows, the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't have the stuff to put 2 and 2 together. Like, the technology.
Yeah, but for someone to also admit as well and have a testimony saying, yes, this is what I've done. I decided, God told me to get an axe and walk into a house and murder everybody. You've said it out loud.
Yes.
To me, that's like, well, why would you lie about something like that?
But then also he was known for his mental health problems, so maybe that was I don't know.
Oh, it could be a factor, of course it could.
Yes.
Of course it could.
Yeah.
But ew. To like swing your axe around. Ew.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Slab of bacon.
The bacon. Can we just right?
Yeah.
We should have put a parental advisory.
I know we should have done. I
episode,
completely forgot.
especially with the pork wanking episode.
Yes.
We should. That's what we should call it. Really is
the pork wanking.
Yeah.
Episode.
Pork wanker. That's what we should say. That's what we should say.
But yeah,
you know, that you have to be an absolute sick individual,
yeah, very much
to be doing things like that.
Yeah.
And positioning these poor kids and women.
And yeah.
You know, if you're doing that in a sexual way, go. It's
not today. Thank you.
Satan is strong in that one for
very,
sure.
Very much so.
He is on the dark side.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's sad that it's not sort of like, it frustrates me when things aren't solved. I like want to solve them.
Well, of course, you know, it would be nice to go, this is who did it.
Yeah.
He's been convicted, he's been thrown in jail, and he'll never see the light of day.
Yeah.
You know, which doesn't always happen.
Doesn't always happen. No way.
Doesn't always happen.
If only it did, that would be good.
That would be nice.
Yes, it would.
Well, that was a great Chop Chop House story.
Yes.
It was a very choppy.
Oh, Chop Chop House is another one.
Oh.
Yes, this was a different one. I told you it would be the Chop Chop House, but then I saw the Axe Murder House, and it was more ghostly. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna go for
this axe murder could have been, well, it could have been Chop Chop because he had an axe.
He could have been.
He's been chopping up people.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
An honor to those people.
An honor to the victims today.
It's my face.
With your slashed up face.
Yeah, exactly that.
There is blood everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Okay. Right.
Well, I have a fan story today.
Exciting.
We obviously have gone on all of our social media pages and said to all of you to message us or send us an email of your paranormal experiences. And we got one from Andy today.
Hi, Andy.
Hello, Andy. So I saw your post on Reddit and I checked out some of your YouTube videos. Great work. Keep going. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
So nice.
Thank you.
So nice. I'm actually really excited to share this experience with you because in my mind, this is the most incredible experience I have because my father and I both saw the same thing. I too am a believer and a skeptic. It takes a lot to convince me something is paranormal, but I've had many of my own experiences that I just really can't explain. My grandmother's house gave a lot of people a funny feeling. It's a bit of an uneasy feeling, like you're not alone. I've always felt uncomfortable being alone there at times. One day when I was about 11, my dad and I stayed at my grandma's house while the rest of the family went to the store. We were sitting in the living room watching TV when suddenly I saw what looked like a young boy's head and shoulders quickly peek out from under the corner into the living room. My dad and I both turned to look at the hallways simultaneously. Then we looked at each other with an odd look in a, did you just see that kind of way. He got up and looked through the 3 rooms the hallway leads to, and then comes back into the living room and just throws his hands up. We talked and concluded we both saw the figure of a boy. We could even describe the hair as a lightish blonde and a white shirt, but we were alone. We weren't scared, just really confused. We just couldn't explain it logically. I've seen that boy a few times since then, and so have several other family members. We have never found out any information as that boy could have been or who he could have been, but I am curious, very curious. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a lot of cool replies. I'll be looking out for more podcasts to come. Thank you, Andy.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
That is terrifying for your dad and you to look over and see some kid like lurking around the corner.
And then it's not there. Like, that would be, well, first off, I think I would, wow, you think you'd be seeing stuff, and then to actually have confirmation from somebody else that they saw the same thing.
Well, exactly. If you're like, oh yeah, I just saw the same thing, you'd be like, we need to get out of this house tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. That was a cool story. I liked it.
And that was good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love these fan stories.
I do. Yeah.
If you guys have a fan story that you want to send in, any paranormal experiences of your own, or even like a real life scary story, what have you been through?
Okay, I was gonna say, what's a real life scary story?
I don't know. Someone
like a shark
stalking you,
or
you know what? Something really scary that you've been like, oh my God, I never want to go through that ever again.
Yes.
I have stories like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right. Send us an email.
Send us an email. Our email is twistedchamber@yahoo.com.
Yeah.
So you can contact us through there.
Yes, you can.
Or on our Instagram pages.
Yep, we got Instagram.
We got all the social media.
We do. We are absolutely everywhere. So literally look for a link tree and you will see it at the top.
Yes. Well, that was great.
That was good.
Our part one.
I was gonna say
because Natasha is really lacking on this drinking episode.
It's okay.
Inmate.
I'm going to enjoy it in the second round because it's your turn to tell the story.
To cheers.
Cheers,
please. There we go. Happy Halloween.
Happy
everyone.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And yeah, this was part one. So stick around and click on part two.
Yes, part two.
We will see you in a bit, inmates.
See you in a bit.